What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the Marcus Pointe Golf Club. Now, I've filmed here quite a bit in the past. For example, last winter when I was filming here, I was filming everything on a phone. So seeing as we've actually got some real camera equipment now, I figured we'd do another kind of deep dive into the golf course here at Marcus Pointe. So just for a little bit of history here, I originally came down to Pensacola at the beginning of February 2023, and Marcus Pointe was supposed to be my home club. Now, the course had been going through a bit of a rough patch, you could say. When I got down here, the conditions were, to put it nicely, far from ideal. I mean, the greens were practically unplayable. Some of them had more dirt than grass. Those that had grass was kind of patches of poana. The state of the course just wasn't very good, to the point where even though I was living in the community with somebody that I know, I spent most of my time playing and practicing at another course about 25 minutes up the road. Now, since then, the ownership group as well as a new superintendent have done a phenomenal job of turning this place around, to the point where when I came back last fall, I didn't recognize the place. And I couldn't believe how quickly they'd gotten things turned around in a matter of about 5 or 6 months. Now, fast forward another year to where we are now, the course is in by far the best shape I have ever seen it, and it just continues to get better and better. The superintendent and the ownership group are committed to doing the work and putting the money into the right places, and it is evident that it is really paying off. I think I have some video of what the greens looked like about a year and a half ago, which I'll put up on screen here, and you'll see this compared to what they're going to look like here today. I mean, just completely unrecognizable. So a little bit about the golf course. First off, I'll start with the practice facilities. Good range. It is on an incline, not necessarily a massive drawback, but it is something to point out. It is a grass range though, so you are hitting off of grass, which is always a better situation than hitting on mats. Got a nice big putting green. They've got a separate chipping green with a nice bunker. The practice facilities all in all are quite good. They're, you know, it's not a premier practice facility. That's not what they're looking for here, but if you're looking for somewhere to work on your game, they got everything you need. And as for the golf course itself, 18-hole facility, not the longest of courses, measures 6,653 from the black tees, which is the tees we'll be playing today. But for the most part, it is quite narrow. You got to do a really good job of keeping your ball in play. There's some really, really well-designed holes. And on top of being fairly narrow for the most part, the greens really are the defense of this golf course. And we'll see today, depending on where they got the pins, it can get pretty tricky once you get onto the surface. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get myself warmed up, catch up with you guys on the first tee. Hey, everyone. Got something special for you today. As the channel continues to grow and we push towards 5,000 subscribers, I'm giving away this Masters Divot Tool Set. This is perfect for any golf fan, and one lucky viewer is going to get their hands on it. Want in? Here's how you enter. Step 1, hit that subscribe button. Step 2, like this video. And step 3, leave the comment "done" in the comment section below. Want even more chances to win? The more you share this video with your friends, the better your chances of winning. If you share the video, drop a comment below letting me know where you shared it. Every share equals 1 extra entry into the giveaway. The giveaway ends soon, so don't wait, hit that subscribe button and join the journey. Good luck. Now let's get back into it. All right, so first hole, par 4, 356 yards, straight away, downhill. Today it's pretty heavily downwind, a little off the left. Now, I can get driver pretty close to the green, but the green isn't very deep and it slopes away from us, so it's pretty hard to get anything to stop, let alone get it close. So I'm electing to hit 4-iron, lay it back, give myself a wedge in so I can come in with a little more spin. Yep, that's good there. Right down the middle of the fairway. All right, so in great shape, middle of the fairway. I've got 111 yards, downhill playing 107, downwind off a down slope to a green that is running away from me. So 111 flag, I've only got about 100 to the front edge. So I'm gonna try and play that front edge number with my lob wedge. The wind should take it a little bit, and it should kind of skip forward and hopefully then check and not release too far. But if I land this anywhere close to pin high, it is guaranteed going off the bat. Oh man. That was so much wind. That landed about pin high. And I felt like I hit that really soft. No. It looks like it did go off the back. I also pulled it a little bit. There's a little left of it. Good news is if we're chipping back up the hill. But man, for a short par 4, this one does not give up a ton of birdies. All right, so just off back fringe. Not too bad. So, uphill birdie look. Should try and break a little left. It's back into the grain, so it's going to be a little slow. Wow, really slow. All right, in for our par. Not a bad start. Again, this hole plays downwind. It's tricky. Into the wind makes it much, much easier. All right, guys, second hole, par 5, 480 yards. Big dog leg to the right, uphill. So fairway's out here, and I could kind of hit, I don't know, 3-wood or hybrid up the left side here. But if I go over the pines on the corner and cut it, I'll significantly reduce the amount of distance I have left into the green. So that's the game plan. Start it over the pines, hope that it cuts, or even slices would be good. If it doesn't cut, it'll go through the fairway, it'll be in the rough, but I'll still have a shot. So see how much movement I can get on this guy. Oh, that one's moving. That'll be perfect. For sure gonna have some kind of wedge in from there. All right, so this is actually the best drive I've ever hit on this hole. A combination of having the wind kind of down off the left from the tee and a front flag means I got 96 yards in here. So not really playing like a par 5 today. But it's 96 yards, I got a lob wedge, straight downwind. It'd be hard to get this close, honestly, but if anything, I'd prefer to leave it a little short and be putting or chipping back up the hill. If I get past this, the putt gets a little tricky. It's not a bad shot. There's just so much wind. That's probably 20 feet past the hole there. So yeah, just outside of 20 feet here for eagle. It's downhill, down grain, turning from right to left. You can see it's very narrow at the front of this green, so just to get on the surface and give yourself a putt is an accomplishment in itself. So it is a short par 5, but it does present some challenge, especially around the green. Judging pace on this is going to be a little tough. So as I said, downhill, down grain, but back into the wind. And the greens aren't crazy fast, but the wind is hard enough to affect them. Go. Go. Oh, that was a lot slower than I expected. Good birdie nonetheless, though. Can't play the hole much better than that, unless you were to make a putt. All right, third hole, 370 yards. So this one goes straight out and then turns left, goes down the hill for the approach shot to the green. Now we got this right back into the wind today. It makes the tee shot a lot tougher. I've actually never hit 3-wood on this hole before. I mean, this time last year I was hitting like 5-iron because the wind was the other direction and the fairway was a little firm. So I've got to hit 3-wood today to try and get to where I'd normally put it. I got to try and keep it low. It's like a bunt 3-wood, if you will. And you can probably just see there's the top of a lanai out there at the distance. That's basically the aiming point. If you start at that and it goes a little left or a little right, you're in good shape. Yeah, that worked out nicely. A little higher, a little more spin on it than I wanted, but it's out there. Okay, so we found the fairway, but I'm considerably further back than I normally would be, even though I hit 3-wood. So, coming clear very quickly that the holes that we've got the wind helping us are going to be a lot easier. The ones into are going to play much, much tougher today. So I've got 150 yards playing downhill to 140. Pins all the way on the left side of the green. The wind's kind of into and off the right. The part of the green where the pin is slopes from right to left. So I got to try and throw this a little out to the right, hope the slope brings it back. and I'm hitting an 8-iron from here just to try and kind of punch it down, flight it, get it through the wind. Anything, you know, 9-iron pitching wedge up into the wind with some spin is just not going to go anywhere. On a good line if the distance is right. Yeah, that's a pretty good shot right there. Landed a little short of the flag. It did take the slope left, so we should have an uphill look at birdie from there. We'll take that. That was tough. All right, so this is the birdie putt we got. Uphill, into the grain. Should be turning from right to left. I feel like it's going to be pretty slow. Wow. I broke a lot more than I expected. You can hear the grain pulling the ball left. Bit of a missed opportunity there, but we'll take the par. That hole was playing tough into that wind. All right, par 3 third. Par 3 fourth. 174 yards today. The pin is back left, kind of top shelf. Anything, you know, 10, 12 feet right of it is just going to go way down the hill to the right side of the green. And there isn't a ton of room left of it, so tough pin to access. Basically straight downwind, so I've got 9-iron. So I feel like any kind of 8-iron I hit is just going to airmail the green. So going to take a good swing here. Just a little left. Okay, a little left. It got over the bunker. Probably not going to be on the green. We're going to have a very fast chip from there. All right, so as predicted, just off the left side. Pretty good for distance, just past pin high. And you can see from there how small that shelf is. I got to be careful with this because if I get too aggressive, this could go all the way down that slope. So I can't even land this on the green. I've got to land this on the fringe and hope that I just get the right release. Should turn a little right to left. All right, so it didn't turn as much as I expected, and it was a lot quicker than I expected. We've got a par putt, but it's not as short as I wanted. And so about 6 feet here for par. Little uphill and turning from left to right. Grain's also going left to right. That'll help it turn a little more. I'm gonna get a little aggressive with this one. Okay. Good save there. All right, good par. That's a tough par 3. All right, 5th hole. It's a par 4, 460 yards. Now, this is the hardest hole that I've played in Pensacola. Your dog legs left, but the entire hole, the fairway, the green, everything slopes left to right. The good news is that today we do have it downwind, so I should be able to get this somewhere pretty far out there. But I just got to hit the right line, because again, the further out it goes, the more you got to go left. So I've got to take this kind of over the cart path down the left-hand side here. I pulled it a bit. Should be okay. A bit of a ridge up there on the left side. A lot of the times it'll kick off of it back to the fairway. I didn't see a kick, so that might have stayed up there. I mean, we're in play. It's not going to be ideal, but we're in play. Okay, so that did stay up on this ridge, but it actually worked out all right. I've got a pretty flat lie, ball sitting up a little bit. I've got 148 yards left. Pin's back left on a little shelf, not a massive target. And out of the rough downwind, it is going to be tough to stop anything up there. But even if I get it up top and it just kind of rolls off the back, that's not too bad. Again, downwind, I got gap wedge based on how much the wind has been helping shots. So got to put a good swing on this, try and get the line right. Drifting a little right. Up there. Oh, wow. Oh, stop. Whoa. Oh, man. That just caught the wrong side of the slope and went pretty far down to the right. I didn't have the balls to go straight at that flag. There was nowhere to miss left. So we've got a putt, but it's a tough putt. All right, so this actually landed considerably closer to the hole. I mean, not, I didn't stick it, but it kind of landed up here and just rolled down this slope. So obviously the first part of this is going to be uphill. Then it flattens out. It's going to be uphill going left. And it should flatten out and straighten out at the top. It's a pretty good effort from there. All right, that's a good 4. Anytime you make 4 on this hole, you're leaving pretty happy. That's challenging tee shot, challenging approach shot, and a challenging green. So there's nothing easy about this one. All right, par 5, 6th hole. Very, very tough hole. 523 yards. The way the hole works, like, pretty straight, slight dog leg left off the tee, and then it is a huge dog leg to the right to get around to the green. Now the tee shot itself is tricky. There's only a few spots you can hit it where you have a clear layup shot. Forget about even going for it in 2. I mean, today I'm not even going to consider going for it in 2 with this wind. We're back into the wind, straight into it now. So I'm just going to hit driver, but try and keep it low, kind of fairway finder style. Put myself in a good spot to lay up, and then we'll attack it with a wedge. A little down the right. It's okay. It's not ideal. Our layup shot just got very, very interesting. Yeah. All right. See what we got. Okay, so right rough. And I mean, look what we got to look at here. The green is over here. Now, I mean, I've got a shot if I go left of the pine, but if I kind of just chip it back out over that way, I'm going to leave myself somewhere in the 180, 190 yards. So what I'm trying to do is I've got to kind of feather this between the pine and the trees on the right and fade it a little bit with my 7-iron. So yeah, big boy shot here. See right away why this hole is so tough. I mean, I'm only a few yards off the fairway here down the right side. Yeah, punishing hole. Back in the day when this course opened up, these trees were nowhere near as tall. You had an open shot at the green from here, and that's just not an option anymore. So this hole has gotten significantly tougher over the years. Didn't hear anything. That should be fine. Should have a wedge in from there. Okay, that worked out really nicely. Left side of the fairway here. But we've still got our work cut out for us here, because as tough as the layout of this hole is, the hardest part of it is the green. And you'll see why once we get up there. So I've got 108 yards here, back into the wind. Pins at the back of the green on a shelf on the left side. And there is a ton of slope around that. Normally from this yardage, I'd like to hit, my sand wedge, but into this wind, even if I get it onto the top shelf, it's going to spin back. So I've got gap wedge out, flight one down through this wind here. Just try to get it onto the right level. Oh, that's a really, really nice golf shot right there. Looks like it's just past the flag, just slightly left of it. So we should have a makeable birdie look there. It's not going to be a gimme of a putt, but happy with that. Okay, so that went a little further past than I had expected, but still very happy with that shot. Now that pin is just above the ridge going down to that next level, so anything a little short of it probably would have spun down. Now, we got a downhill putt with a lot of break from right to left. And as soon as it gets past the hole, this legitimately could go off the green. This green is so difficult. So, birdie putt on a par 5, but I've got to putt very defensively right now. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. Just so much slope. Okay, so some work left here for par. This should be pretty straight back up the hill into the green. Yeah, don't need to overthink this one. Just firm it into the left center. All right, well, you know, you feel like it's a missed opportunity at times when you par a par 5, but not this one. Birdie on this hole is a bonus. It's just so many challenges on that hole. All right, 7th hole, par 4, 369 yards. Slight dog leg left around the oak tree you see on the left corner there. Now I've got to try and take my drive over the corner of that tree. It opens up a little bit past that. There's some mounding on the right. You want to avoid that. So again, back into the wind. A little further left than I wanted it. We got past the oak tree, so we're good. I'll likely just be in the left rough. All right, that was actually perfect. I thought that was further left. We're just left side of the green here, or left center even. 76 yards in, playing 78 up the hill, pins at the back, top shelf, into the wind. So just got to try and figure out the number here, control the distance and the flight to be able to hit that number. Hopefully give ourselves a look at birdie here. Good line. Yeah, that's a pretty nice shot there. Maybe just past the flag, but we got a good putt on it. Yeah, so that definitely went a little further than I expected, but we still got a putt and we're on the right level. So it's downhill, I've got it breaking gradually right to left all the way. Should be a little quick. Oh. We'll take that. And just waiting for that to turn. All right, we'll take the birdie there. That's what, 2 under now. So, playing all right. Okay, par 3, 8th hole. 195 yards today. Now, this green is not very deep. It's quite shallow. Slopes heavily from right to left. I've got it downwind. So, really good number for a 7-iron, but downwind it'd have to be a very small 7-iron. And then once it lands, there's no chance of it stopping. So I'm going 8-iron, and I've basically just got to go nuclear on it and hope it catches the wind. Even if it finishes short in between the bunkers, that's okay. That's a good spot. So I'm aiming just right of the flag, trying to land it just on the front edge, let it release back to that hole. On a good line if it goes. Oh man. All right, so once we get up to the green, you'll see what makes this hole really difficult. That landed right on line on the green and just took the slope and went way down to the left side. So after hitting a very high quality iron shot, I've probably got 30-40 feet going uphill with some break. Actually, that ball might not even be on the green. Let's go find out. All right, so that landed here. Maybe 10 feet away from the flag, and just took that slope and gone. So didn't hold the green. We're on the fringe. It's not a bad spot. I mean, this isn't a birdie hole. Par is an excellent score on this hole. We got this uphill with quite a bit of turn from left to right. So gotta get line and pace right on this one just to get it close. That's pretty good. Thought that was going to come back down the hill into the hole for a second. It's a good 3. Take 3 on this hole every day. I don't even know if I've ever birdied this hole. All right, on to the 9th hole. Really challenging par 4. Really good hole, but just tough. So, uphill, dog legs to the left. I see a bunker on the corner. I've got to try and go over that bunker, but it does mean I have to flirt with the trees down the left side here. Today we also have wind kind of into and off the left, and everything down the right is hazard. So demanding, very demanding tee shot. Now, I mean, I could play less than driver, but then you got like a long uphill shot into a green with a lot of slope in it. I prefer to just take my chances, try and get it as far out there as I can. Trust the club. Pushed it a little. It's gonna be fine. Yeah, probably just right rough. And the wind absolutely killed that. That was well hit, and it looks like it went nowhere. But we're off the tee. We're gonna have a shot at the green. That's really all that matters here. All right, so we're just a couple feet off the fairway here. Really not in a bad spot, but man, there's a ton of wind. I've got 147 yards playing 156 up the hill, obviously back into that wind still. I've got to hit a small 8-iron here. I mean, there's no chance 9-iron gets up there with that wind. Pin kind of middle right. There's a lot of slope, so you really, like from back to front, so you really don't want to go past this. If I can just kind of chip this up onto the front of the green, give myself an uphill putt, we'd be in really good shape. Yeah, I think we're just on the front right of the green. Definitely pushed that off my line a little bit, but had enough gas on it to get past the bunker, or just the front corner of the bunker. I mean, we should have an uphill birdie look. It's going to be an outside look. But again, this hole, especially playing into the wind, it's not really much of a birdie hole. So, all right, so it actually just stayed on the front fringe. Still not bad. Decent result. Severely uphill. Got some right to left in it, back into the grain. Have to hit this one pretty hard. Okay, that's a little quicker than I expected. About 3 feet down the hill now. This has to hit the hole. Yeah, there's so much slope here. If this doesn't go in, it's off the front of the green. So, all right. It's a good par. Good par. A pretty decent 9. 2 under par there. Take that. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up the front 9 and the first part of this video series. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Just a 9 that is just it's a lot of fun to play, but it will really challenge you at the same time. The back 9 definitely plays a little bit easier, so make sure you come back next week for that. I'm interested to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the front 9. Have you ever played here? Would you come down and play here? Guys, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I'll be back again next week with another video. Cheers, guys.